This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Fill your glasses up and put your headphones in, because it's time for Off the Script. And all you fucking goons and assholes, get in line and hit subscribe, because it's time for Off the Script. Hit the like button and share it around. You can even pull your fucking pants down, because it's time for Off the Script with JD from New York 206, because it's time for Off the Script. Because it's time for Off the Script.
So we all went to sleep last night, and we woke up this morning, and I want to assure you guys that last night was not a nightmare. What we seen last night was indeed 100% reality. WWE put on the worst show of 2017. No question. Might even be the worst pay-per-view of the last decade. Battleground 2017. So I'm here after a decent night's sleep, and we're going to try and make sense of all this. Again, we're going to go over everything that happened, the most important pieces of information, and we're going to talk about what we learned from WWE Battleground 2017 outside of the fact that it was the worst pay-per-view of 2017. I want to thank everybody for watching the review last night. I gave a lofty goal of 3,000 thumbs up, and we're almost there. We're just at 2,500 thumbs up. You guys are fucking beast. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the review. I'm glad you guys enjoyed my silly antics. All the shit I said about Simon, please don't tweet him. I mean absolutely nothing of it. It's all for entertainment purposes. Please, don't get me in trouble, okay? But I want to thank everybody for coming out to the review. It was truly awful. It was truly the worst show I think I've seen in recent memory. And it's just amazing to me how WWE has this roster. And we're going to talk about this because now we have Summerslam on the horizon. How you have this roster, Road Dogg. And this is the show that you produce. I'd love for you to defend this garbage on Twitter. I am waiting. I am waiting with bated breath for you to defend this pile of shit. There's no way anybody in that company can rightfully defend that shit last night. You must have woken up this morning feeling like $1,000,000 and you don't even give a flying fuck that your name was actually trending worldwide. Hashtag Fire Road Dogg was trending on Twitter. That's how many people are disgusted over the fact that you think this was okay. Please defend it. Defend it. Everything I said last night in my review, 1,000% factual. And I do it because I love the company. I do it because I'm passionate. I do it because I see the promise there. And the people that are in charge don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit. But I want to thank everybody for showing up for the review. Great review as always. We just hit as well 80,000 subscribers. Finally, a new fucking number for me to look at. We are 20,000 away from 100,000. Thank you guys so very much. Please follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below and that bell. And make sure that you have all notifications turned on. If you guys missed the review last night, if you guys missed Off the Script, this weekend, parts 1, 2, and 3, part 4 is coming, hopefully today, if I have enough energy, because after last night, it drained me fucking dry. But if you guys missed anything, links will be in the annotation within this very video, so make sure you guys go and check it out, show some support. We got a lot of big stories over the weekend. We had the preview and prediction show on Friday. We talked about AJ Styles and Nakamura possible for SummerSlam, which hopefully now is not the case after last night's outcomes. And then we talked about Rey Mysterio possibly returning to the WWE, how it wouldn't even benefit WWE whatsoever, and how I would book a heel turn for Dean Ambrose with Seth Rollins actually following SummerSlam. So lots of good stuff in Off the Script this week, and make sure you guys go and check that out. I want to go over what happened last night with Battleground 2017. We're going to start at the top here, and we're going to start off with Aiden English in the pre-show. If you guys seen Aiden English, the master of song, Aiden English, against Ty Dillinger, the perfect dark match, -10, Ty Dillinger, Mr. Sonic Slushy, Frosty, ice cream spokesman, whatever the fuck they're selling over there. I never even been to a fucking Sonic. I'd love to, but Ty Dillinger is better off being a spokesman for Sonic than actually being a wrestler or a superstar on SmackDown Live, the way they're fucking going right now. Aiden English beats Ty Dillinger on the pre-show, which probably was the second best match on this entire show, believe it or not. But Ty Dillinger before this beat Aiden English 3 different times. This was their 4th match together. Aiden English gets a upset victory. I consider it an upset. Even with Ty Dillinger's positioning on the SmackDown card, it is an upset to me. Aiden English is more than capable to go in the ring. This is the type of shit that I want to see from SmackDown Live. I want to see opportunity given to those that normally would not see the light of day on a WWE program. Aiden English, very, very good in the ring. Ty Dillinger, I would have booked him to be the #1 contender for the United States Championship, but WWE conveniently leaves him off television for 7 weeks in a row, and people don't even know that there's a Ty Dillinger on the main roster. Why would you leave this guy off television for 7 fucking weeks? Why do you have this guy coming out in dark matches and using him absolutely in nothing on SmackDown Live? You know what Road Dogg's excuse was? Well, we got to get the crowd amped up. Ty Dillinger's the perfect guy for that with his energy and his theme and his chant. So you want to bring him out in a dark match before you actually go live with SmackDown to get the crowd amped up. Is that all you see? Is that all you see worth for Ty Dillinger? I don't understand that. Because when I seen him in NXT, I seen a rugged, come from behind, clear-cut, great babyface that could utilize that underdog role perfectly. Do you have that on SmackDown Live right now? No. I think SmackDown Live could use that right now. You got it in Sami Zayn too. But Ty Dillinger being used to get the crowd amped up for a dark match so that they're good to go when the live show hits the air on the USA Network, that's your fucking excuse? That's your excuse for Ty Dillinger. I would have booked Ty Dillinger on the show. I would have built up Ty Dillinger. He is the quintessential perfect mid-card act right now. He's the perfect mid-card act right now that could be a great foil to a great heel that is Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. But I don't know anything. That's what I would have did if I'm creative writer of SmackDown Live. I would have booked Ty Dillinger versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship in an opening match at SummerSlam. You want to get the crowd pumped in Brooklyn? Ty Dillinger winning the United States Championship from Kevin Owens. Not flip-flopping the fucking title back and forth at some meaningless Madison Square Garden show, because that's exactly what it is. House shows, no matter if they're at MSG or abroad, are garbage. They mean nothing. No, but you want to take the U.S. title and flip-flop it back and forth, put it on AJ Styles for ungodly fucking reasons, and then you want to take the fucking title off him 2 weeks later and put it right back on the man who originally had the title. For what? I like potatoes, but I don't like my fucking championships being flip-flopped back and forth like a hot potato. Aiden English wins. Ty Dillinger floating in a sea of nothing on SmackDown Live, and it's a goddamn shame. Moving on here with things we learned from SmackDown Live. New tag team champions. Another fumbling decision by WWE. New Day and the Usos clearly enjoy working together. I mentioned this on the review last night. Opening match of Battleground 2017 last night. Coincidentally, it was the best match on the entire card. Two teams that are at the top of their game. Whether you like the New Day or not, they are a credible tag team. They are very good at what they do. The Usos have been the best tag team probably in all of WWE since they turned heel. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Their promos have been absolutely fucking fire. Their in-ring, bell-to-bell skill, great. They're just a quintessential, perfect tag team as a heel duo. And turning heel has been the resurrection of the Usos' career, because when they were a babyface, they were absolutely god-awful boring. This feud with the New Day has been very, very good. The matches that we've gotten, the actual tag team matches that we've gotten for the championships have been good. The count out at last pay-per-view, at the last SmackDown pay-per-view, yeah, it was a little fucking annoying. But I understood why they did it. But it didn't take away it didn't take away from the match that was great. We come to Battleground. Last night the match was great. The decision, not so much. Not so much. I don't know why, again, WWE decides to take the titles off of the hottest team that you have in the company right now. For what reason? Did the Usos, did the work of the Usos warrant a title change? No! For what reason did you take the titles off of the best team in the WWE? You know, I was listening to Brian Alvarez this morning before I actually hit this fucking record button. He said something that I wish WWE would really take to heart. And he was talking about Jinder Mahal. He was talking about, you know, the people that we have in the company that are considered some of the best wrestlers in the world. He made mention of New Japan. Who is the world champion of New Japan Pro Wrestling? Kazuchika Okada. Right? A lot of people herald him as the best wrestler in the world. Give or take. Some people's opinions might differ on that. Some might say Kenny Omega. Some might say Okada. That's what's so great about wrestling. Everybody's opinion is different. But Kazuchika Okada, no matter what you think of him, is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And he puts on 5-star matches. He's a 5-star machine. Why doesn't WWE take that ideology and say, you know what? Our world champion, our intercontinental champion, our U.S. champion, our tag team champion, right, should be the absolute best at what they do. Is Jinder Mahal the best at what he does? Fuck no. On no planet should Jinder Mahal be anywhere near a WWE championship. AJ Styles, right? What the fuck they got him doing? In the mid-card, losing on pay-per-view. You know, his only pay-per-view win this year is against Shane McMahon. Let that sink in. The Usos were the best tag team in WWE. Why aren't they tag team champions? Why did you take the belts off the Usos on a B-level pay-per-view? I'm thinking long-term. If you wanted the titles to be switched, it should have happened at SummerSlam. Because that's a moment right there. Second biggest pay-per-view of the year in Brooklyn. A New York City crowd that's paying top dollar to see the best action. Right? That's when I would have did it. Not at Battleground. So, according to me, and from the way I see it, the Usos lost the tag team titles on a shit pay-per-view. The worst pay-per-view of the year. The New Day wins the tag team championships on what is known now as the worst pay-per-view of 2017. And it was a fucking opportunity lost. Should have happened at SummerSlam. And now I'm thinking long term because that's what I do. Clearly, we're going to get another rematch. Clearly, we're going to get another Usos New Day match, which I don't mind, being that the last 2 tag team title matches that we've seen have been great. Maybe they add some type of stipulation to this thing at SummerSlam. But the New Day is not going to lose the titles. Well, according to me, I don't even know at this point. I don't even have full confidence in me saying that. Because look at what they just did with AJ Styles. They gave him the US title and then took it off him in 2 weeks. WWE could do the same thing here with the New Day. But that doesn't really do anything for the tag team championships. In fact, it devalues the championships. So the right decision here would be, all right, the New Day won. They're new tag team champions. Going into SummerSlam, they're going to retain. So if they do retain, who do they go up against? Are we going to get a new team put together, a new attitude of Luke Harper and Eric Rowan? Are we going to get that team to be the foil to the New Day? Because right now there are no tag teams on SmackDown Live. Are we going to get Breezango? I'd like to see Breezango versus New Day feud. I think that'd be very entertaining. But as of right now, there's only one place for WWE to go with the tag team championships, and that is Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. If that is indeed where they're going with this, Breezango and all this other bullshit that they're doing, the Fashion Files. So I really don't know. Moving on here, in things that we learned from Battleground 2017, Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin, god-awful match at the pay-per-view, easily the worst Nakamura match since his time in WWE. These two are 2 men that you can clearly see, a blind man can see it, they do not gel well together in the ring. You know how, you see a match, you take a Kevin Owens and a Sami Zayn, for example, and how well that they gel together in the ring. Even before they even lock up in the middle of the ring. You know what, this is going to be a damn good match. This is going to be a damn good match. You could have probably thought that with what we've seen recently on SmackDown Live. You got AJ Styles and Chad Gable, right? They got 8 minutes, 9 minutes on SmackDown Live. That was a damn good fucking match. Before they even locked up for the first time, you kind of knew, this might be an interesting match, man. These two might go and give us a damn good fucking match. You know already before you even see anything. What I seen here, before these 2 men even locked up, before the bell even rung, is that these guys are not good for one another. They should not be anywhere near each other, let alone in the ring together. This was awful. This was absolutely awful. And you know what the worst thing is? The worst fucking thing is that this feud is not over, and that this is probably going to go into SummerSlam, and we're going to get another shitty fucking match that nobody gives a shit about. This was bad. This was fucking bad. Why are you feuding Nakamura with Baron Corbin? This should have been a feud that would have been concluded on SmackDown Live, not even a fucking pay-per-view. And this, you're going to hear this a lot from me in this video. This is the best you can do with Nakamura? This is the best that you got for Nakamura going into SummerSlam. Your second biggest pay-per-view of the year, and whether you like him or hate him, Nakamura probably is SmackDown's biggest star outside of John Cena. He's right up there even with AJ Styles. This is the best you got for Nakamura going into SummerSlam. I find that very difficult to believe. Or you just suck at your fucking job. How I would have booked Nakamura? This feud with Corbin should have ended weeks ago. It should have been a one and done situation. That's it. I would have booked Nakamura versus Cena at SummerSlam. I would have booked Nakamura versus Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. Those were my 2 choices. Now we're getting Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. And after what we've seen at Battleground, can you honestly say that you're excited about that? I can't. At this point, I wouldn't even put John Cena with Nakamura. I would have gave you Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. But WWE is going to book a better SummerSlam than me. I've been saying this for fucking weeks now, how I would have booked SummerSlam. At the end of this video, you're going to realize where WWE is going with SummerSlam on SmackDown Live. And I can honestly say with a straight face that the ideas that I had And the matches I would have come up with, which could have easily been fucking doable, Blow, whatever, Road Dogg and Michael P.S. Hayes and all these other fucking goons and creative, whatever ideas that they had or have, out of the fucking water. Nakamura and Corbin, garbage. Nakamura on SmackDown Live, leave it to WWE. You want to believe the words that are coming out of my mouth or not? I don't give a shit. Nakamura has been ruined. Right now, as we sit here, it is 12:37 p.m. on Monday afternoon. As I sit here, Nakamura has been ruined. I wouldn't say buried, but Nakamura has been ruined on SmackDown Live. Now, I keep him off TV. I'd hit a small reset button with Nakamura. How you take this guy from NXT and fuck him up by putting him in a meaningless fucking garbage feud with Baron Corbin is absolutely criminal. Let alone putting this guy on TV every fucking week, which you did already. Matches with Dolph Ziggler, presenting Nakamura in a weak state. This guy was kicking people's heads off in NXT. Yet Dolph Ziggler's bringing him to the brink of defeat? Where the fuck is Ziggler now? He wasn't even on the goddamn pay-per-view. He's lucky he's lucky he even receives a paycheck at the end of the fucking week. This creative direction, this creative team is absolutely fucking garbage. If Baron Corbin is the best you got for Nakamura at SummerSlam, somebody needs to fucking leave creative. That is fucking criminal. Absolutely criminal. Fatal 5-way women's match. Oh, another fatal 5-way. Should have realistically been a 3-way. Lana and Tamina have no business vying for a shot at a championship match at SummerSlam. None. Lana had 3 times to fight for the title. Did she really need a 4th? Fatal 5-way. Naomi sits at ringside, watches Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Natalya as the final 3. Becky gets eliminated, down to Charlotte and Natalya. I'm thinking, okay, the best match that you can do, and this is where Bryan Alvarez and his thought logic comes into play. What is and this is where WWE should be anyway, no matter what Bryan Alvarez says or not, this is where their mentality should be for a pay-per-view. What is the best match we can give you for this division at our second biggest pay-per-view of the year? Clearly, it's Charlotte versus Naomi, correct? No, we gotta get Natalya, that nobody gives a fuck about. Why is Natalya in there? Why, is there another season of Total Divas gonna be on the E-Network? So you're building, again, a bullshit reality TV show that not even a percentage of the fucking audience gives a shit about, and you're gonna integrate that into SummerSlam? Why, because both of these women were on Total Divas? You got footage now for Total Divas? Give me a fucking break. So you jeopardize your second biggest pay-per-view of the year and a women's championship match that could have been great with Charlotte and Naomi. Now we got Natalya and Naomi? For what? For what? For ratings on Total Divas? Nobody gives a shit about Natalya. Natalya may be the best woman wrestler in all of WWE on any given night. But what have you done to prove to me that Natalya is what the fans want to see? I don't get it. Charlotte would have been, no matter how much I make fun of Charlotte, no matter how I don't like Charlotte, I always admired her work ethic. And the best match that you book for SummerSlam is Charlotte and Naomi. What this tells me is that WWE is giving Natalya an opportunity, which is fine. But what it also tells me is that more than likely, we're going to see a Carmella cash-in on a weakened Naomi at SummerSlam. That's what I think. And we're going to get Naomi versus Carmella for a little bit. We might be getting Charlotte versus Becky for a little bit. And then Charlotte's then going to move in on Carmella. and win the title from Carmella. That's my logic there. That's my thought process with all that. Natalya wins, surprising win in a fatal 5-way. I would have went with Charlotte. Charlotte Naomi, much better presentation for SummerSlam than a Natalya versus Naomi match at SummerSlam. AJ Styles, U.S. champion. 2 weeks, reign, done. Right back to Kevin Owens. Very, very strange. Shit booking. Don't understand it. Don't understand why you took the title off of Kevin Owens to begin with. They gave us every reason under the fucking sun as to why they gave the title to AJ Styles, and they made fucking you look like a goddamn idiot at the end of this pay-per-view. Now, where does this go from here? Where does this go from here? Just like Naomi and Natalya and the Naomi-Charlotte discussion that I just had, what are we doing with the United States Championship? Because up until this point, on SmackDown Live, I would have built up Ty Dillinger to be a number one contender for Kevin Owens and the United States Championship. I think that would have went over huge in New York City. Ty Dillinger beating Kevin Owens, up-and-coming babyface, underdog against one of the best heels in the company. That would have been a great dynamic. No, but now we're going to get another AJ Styles Kevin Owens match at SummerSlam, which to me, I don't mind because they're two of my favorites on the roster. But after last night, can you honestly say to yourself that you want to see this match again? Can you honestly say with a straight face, this is the best that they can do with AJ Styles? No. I would have had Randy Orton come out of the Punjabi prison match a defeated man. I would have had him come out a defeated man. His ego is damaged. He needs to get back on the horse, and he needs to say, you know what? I gotta fight the best. I gotta get back up there. I gotta get a big win. There's no better win. There's no bigger win than over an AJ Styles. It books itself. AJ would have been done with the United States Championship. In fact, I would have never even made him United States Champion to begin with. I would have never even had him vying for the title. Randy Orton should have come out of the Punjabi prison match a defeated man. His ego shattered. Jinder Mahal the better man. No matter how shitty the match was. AJ Styles should have been racking up wins here and there. Kind of fighting his way back to the top of the WWE Championship title scene. But Randy Orton comes out of the Punjabi prison match. He wants that big match. He wants that big match. There's no bigger match for an undercard than AJ Styles versus a Randy Orton. That's SummerSlam. That to me is SummerSlam. No, but you want to give me another AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens match for the United States Championship? Why? We've seen it already. Everything that's been going on SmackDown should not be going on. I want these feuds to be done and over with. I want new. Battleground shouldn't even been a thing. It should have never even been a pay-per-view. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles should be the match that takes place at SummerSlam. Now we're looking at a United States Championship rematch again with AJ Styles because this finish was just out of fucking left field. It looked like Kevin Owens' shoulders were down, and it looks like AJ Styles' shoulders were not down, or they could play the fact that both shoulders guys were pinned. But the referee made the decision anyway, and he was out of a vantage point. Should be Kevin Owens versus Ty Dillinger and AJ Styles versus Randy Orton for SummerSlam. Now we're looking at AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens again, and we're looking at Randy Orton versus the Great Khali for SummerSlam. That is the best you have? Someone needs to be fucking terminated if that is the case. I'm interested to see what they do here. Are they going to get another match? Probably. Do I know that it's well beneath AJ Styles right now? Absolutely. Doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Flag match. John Cena versus Rusev. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Number one, WWE didn't even lay out the ground rules for the flag match before last night. You gotta listen to the fucking ring announcer go over the rules. If he did, I wasn't even fucking paying attention. To be quite honest with you, I was fucking zoned out before we even hit the flag match. All I know is the crowd didn't give a fuck about the flag match. John Cena and Rusev, nobody gives a shit about anything these guys do together. If you've seen John Cena and Rusev in the past, last night was the same exact thing that we've seen from them in the past. Now, people are saying, well, Rusev wasn't pinned last night. Rusev was put through a table, and John Cena just did what he had to do, and he put Rusev away. So it really didn't look that bad to Rusev. It did look bad. It did look bad. Because your first match back, your first singles match back is against John Cena, and you take an L on pay-per-view. So there's only two situations that could arise from this. Number one, John Cena can go and challenge Jinder Mahal now and keep this patriotic ball rolling. So Jinder Mahal and John Cena is your main event for SummerSlam. John Cena wins his 17th title reign. We get Baron Corbin cashing in the Money in the Bank. That gets him away from Shinsuke Nakamura. And then we get Jinder Mahal out of the main event scene. We can concentrate on Cena and Baron Corbin. Whether that's going to be a good match or not, doubtful, but it's something different. Because it gets Nakamura away from Corbin, and it gets Mahal away from the WWE Championship. That's the best situation here. Other than that, I don't know where the fuck Rusev goes. There's rumors going around that Rusev is going to get into a heated argument with Shane McMahon over the fact that he was placed in a match with John Cena, how he's been treated unfairly since he came back, and how he's been asking for a WWE Championship match, and his voice has gone unheard. So he's going to take it out with SmackDown management, a.k.a. Shane McMahon. Because right now, you look at it, Rusev is back. Rusev can be a big piece to the puzzle on SmackDown, a great heel if they want. They got nothing to do with Rusev right now. So a match with Shane McMahon, per storyline, does kind of make sense if they want to go that route. But then I'm thinking, you're going to take up another spot on SummerSlam's card for the SmackDown brand using another part-timer. Taking a spot away from somebody else. That could have been. But nothing else makes sense for Rusev right now. So I don't know where they go. So we'll see what happens. If that's the case, Rusev should get a win over SmackDown's commissioner, Shane McMahon. That would do good for him. That would at least get him back up the ladder. Get a W in the win column. And get him more heel heat. Because everybody loves Shane McMahon. So we'll see what happens with that. But the flag match last night, slow, boring. It made Rusev look like a blithering idiot, right? I don't understand the way that they laid out the match, why it moved like fucking quicksand. Why? It felt like the match went on for fucking an hour, let alone 21 minutes that they were given. Take the flag, put the fucking flag in the podium, on the stage, and make some fucking hustle out of it. Show some fucking urgency. I know if the flag is laying on the floor after I grabbed it off the turnbuckle, I'm rushing up that stage and putting that motherfucker in its stand. No, they just go on and continue the match and just leave the flag laying around, completely ignoring the rules of the match, which I didn't mind the rules of the match. They flipped it up. They switched it up. The rules last night for the flag match gave the guys in the match the opportunity to make it a little bit more personal, to make it a little bit more, I would say, extreme. Because flag matches by nature are fucking boring. Two guys battling in the ring, whoever climbs the turnbuckle first, takes the flag down, wins the match. I didn't mind the new rules of the match. I didn't mind that they tried something different. But the way the wrestlers, the way John Cena and Rusev went about this match, and how the match was laid out, did not fit the rules that WWE laid out for the match last night. No sense of urgency, and it felt like it went on forever. Hopefully this feud is done and over with. Don't want to see it anymore. The Fashion Files continue on. Fandango was kidnapped last night. Tyler Breeze was knocked out. We don't know who dragged Fandango away, but I'm still sticking to my original opinion that I gave you guys on Tuesday's SmackDown Live review. I think it's Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Because they need new tag teams. Well, they're not really a new tag team, but they need tag teams. So adding Rowan and Harper, to me, makes no sense because Luke Harper was getting over on his own. You could even insert him into the United States Championship title picture, which would have been great because he was getting over and he had fans supporting him. But now they want to put him back to square one and put him with Eric Rowan. For what? Didn't they just sign Crazy Steve from Impact Wrestling? I would have much rather seen Crazy Steve and Eric Rowan debut as like Killer Clowns or something, like I mentioned, and make that a heel tag team, while having Luke Harper in the mid-card, challenging for a United States Championship. That would have been the best of both worlds. Now you're taking Luke Harper, who was originally in the Wyatt family, then you took him out of the Wyatt family. He got over on his own. WWE frowned upon that because they didn't want him to get over. It didn't fit into their plans. Mr. Harper, you're getting over on your own. We don't allow that here. So they keep him off TV, and now they're putting him back with Eric Rowan. Are the fans going to care? No, they're not going to care, because they didn't care the original time they were together. They wanted to see Luke Harper in a singles role. He cleaned his fucking shirt. He finally did his fucking laundry. He looked good. He brought Randy Orton to his best pay-per-view match of 2017, believe it or not. At Elimination Chamber. No, but Luke Harper doesn't deserve a singles run, according to somebody in the WWE. He's best suited to sit next to Eric Rowan in a tag team that nobody cares about. Really makes sense. Fandango's kidnapped. Tyler Breeze knocked out. It's going to end up being Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Why? Because WWE's clueless. That's why. Sami Zayn going to win over Mike Kanellis. The Mike Kanellis thing I'm reading this morning could be over and done with already. WWE already souring on Mike Kanellis. I wonder why. I wonder why. Nobody listens to me. This gimmick and this duo should have never even seen the light of day on SmackDown Live that fast. This is NXT. That's an NXT gimmick. You take Mike Kanellis, who is a fucking nobody on Impact Wrestling. Who the fuck watches Impact Wrestling? You're going to take him, who the WWE fans probably don't even know of. It's not like you're taking a Samoa Joe from Impact Wrestling and you're putting him on WWE. It's Mike fucking Bennett. NXT should have been the debut for both Maria and Mike Kanellis. No, they want to put him on SmackDown Live, and nobody gives a flying fuck about the power of love. Yeah, good luck trying to recreate what The Miz and Maurice did on SmackDown Live in Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis. Ain't happening. Not happening. Crickets last night with that Sami Zayn match. And again, the booking makes no sense. Mike Kanellis, his first match, should have been at the pay-per-view in a win over Sami Zayn. No, they want to give us the pay-per-view match on the go-home show with Mike Kanellis winning, and then Sami Zayn beats Mike Kanellis at the pay-per-view. 50-50 booking. How is anybody going to take Mike Kanellis seriously? Let alone this guy's a fucking blithering pussy. All he's got googly eye over Maria, which is granted, she's a beautiful woman, but nobody's going to take a man seriously, a pro wrestler seriously, if most of what he's doing is sucking up to his fucking wife. If you're not going to back it up in the ring, nobody's going to take you seriously. Maria is looked at more than a threat compared to Mike Kanellis. Give me a break. Then they want to say, oh yeah, the gimmick is failing. Why? Because you're booking him that way. Should have never been on SmackDown Live. NXT should have been the place where Mike Kanellis was groomed for at least a year. There was absolutely no rush for Mike Kanellis to be brought to the main roster. None. Whoever made that decision, again, a fucking blithering idiot. Sami Zayn gets a win on pay-per-view. What does it mean for Sami Zayn? It means nothing. It means nothing. The live crowd couldn't see a goddamn thing, according to reports from the arena last night in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. The Punjabi prison match was a huge failure live in the arena because nobody could see anything. Nobody could see anything. At one point, security stopped telling people to stop filming with their cell phones because the crowd couldn't see anything anyway. It's a great thing to look at. Aesthetically, it's like, wow, that's impressive. But the match is not. And the fact that it's all bamboo, I can't see. I can't see shit. The match needs to be retired completely. The match needs to be retired forever. Samir Singh took a huge bump off the Punjabi prison. That was the best spot of the night. Had to be at least 15 to 20 feet in the air. There was no padding underneath. He went right through the fucking table. He actually went right through the fucking prison cell itself. Small enough. You know, he was in the fucking cage and then crawls through the fucking square peg of the prison to be on the outside, and Randy Orton knocks him off. If the prison was supposed to keep people out, how are these guys getting in the fucking cage? Another thing I complained about last night. If this type of match is supposed to keep people out, why was there all these types of distractions in the fucking cage? He took a huge bump though. Impressive. Spot of the night. It kind of woke up Philadelphia. And after that, they went right back to sleep. Because the great Khali returned and helped Jinder Mahal retain the WWE Championship. Every fucking match. And I don't want to hear these fucking insiders. I don't want to hear these fucking analysts. Oh, but JD, he's a heel. He's a heel. He's supposed to cheat to win. In a fucking Punjabi prison? The one night that I wanted Jinder to win clean and end this fucking garbage, the best thing that you got up here creatively is, oh, let's get the great Khali back. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? The great Khali returns during the Punjabi prison in order to help Jinder Mahal retain the WWE Championship. He hasn't been seen since 2014 when he left the company. I wish he hasn't been seen at all. Never mind make a fucking debut in 2014. The guy is fucking awful. Absolutely awful. Every match that Jinder has been in, he's had the same outcome. The Sings, and now the Sings and Great Khali. You're gonna take this man serious as a WWE champion? This guy's a fucking joke to the championship. Look at SmackDown Live. Look at SmackDown Live. Look at what happened last night. Look at the outcome of Battleground 2017. We got a failure of a WWE champion. We got the great Khali helping the WWE champion retain the title. Great Khali's on TV in 2017. WWE flip-flopped the United States Championship back and forth from Owens to Styles and back to Owens. Right? Mike Kanellis is a fucking failure. John Cena and Rusev had a god-awful flag match. New Day wins the tag team titles in unceremonious fashion. Charlotte's buried on SmackDown Live. What the fuck is going on over there? Now, the great Khali, why was he brought back? You want to have your fucking breakfast and your coffee just fucking come up? You want to get nauseous this morning? Listen to this. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio speculated that WWE brought Khali back in order to help with Jinder's popularity in India. The great Khali is extremely popular in the country, and WWE is hoping that it will rub off on Jinder. So the great Khali's popularity is going to rub off on Jinder. Jinder's a failure. The experiment that is Jinder Mahal is done. The title should not be on Jinder Mahal. Numbers haven't exactly exploded in India thus far, and bringing in Khali, WWE hopes that it will help. Now, Khali is officially listed as of this morning as an active WWE superstar. This at least tells people that his appearance wasn't a one-off. And the Punjabi prison match is not going to be the last that we see of the great Khali, because there are plans for him moving forward. Meltzer and Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer Radio also speculated that this could be leading to a tag team match at SummerSlam. An option tossed out by them. Don't take this as credible. This is just an idea. Great Khali and Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton and John Cena. That is the best that you got for Randy Orton and John Cena at SummerSlam. In 2017, we got a WWE champion who's fucking god-awful in the ring, who presents nothing that a WWE champion should be, and we got the Great Khali against John Cena and Randy Orton. That is the best, creatively, that you have for those two men. Another option that has been speculated that obviously I talked about as well because it's the first thing that popped in my head. Great Khali versus Randy Orton in a singles match at SummerSlam. Please, I want somebody to go to Sam's Club, Price Club, whatever fucking club. I want you to buy me bleach in bulk. Bleach in bulk, if that is the fucking case. That is the best that you got for Randy Orton. You do realize that Randy Orton is being buried in this fucking god-awful feud. Not only did he lose to Jinder Mahal 3 times, in the same way every single time, but now you're putting him against the Great Khali. What do you expect to come out of that? Out of 5 stars, it will get negative stars. Randy Orton is so great in the ring when he wants to be. This is the best you got for Randy Orton. This is the best that you got for Randy Orton. I am absolutely appalled that this is what WWE Creative could possibly be leading to. I don't understand that. SummerSlam is going to be an absolute fucking abomination. Oh, but WWE's making money. Yeah, they're making money, yet they are embarrassing themselves at the same fucking time. Nobody will take WWE seriously. Nobody will take SummerSlam seriously if this is the case. How could you fucking think and wake up today that, Khali versus Orton is a great idea for SummerSlam? Or even Khali and Mahal versus Orton and Cena is a great idea for SummerSlam. What happened to my SummerSlam ideas? John Cena versus Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Ty Dillinger, New Day versus the Usos, Naomi versus Charlotte. That would have been my SummerSlam. Look at what we're looking at now. Possibility of Khali and Jinder versus Orton, Cena. Possibility of Khali versus Orton, Cena. I don't know where he would fit in if they don't go that route. He'll probably end up fighting Mahal anyway, one-on-one, if Orton gets Khali one-on-one. Natalya versus Naomi. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens again. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin again. New Day versus the Usos. Who SummerSlam's better? Mr. James? Road Dogg? Huh? Fucking embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Another thing that was embarrassing last night was the goddamn fucking crowd. Crowd in Philadelphia was god fucking awful. 60% capacity filled for a pay-per-view. If that doesn't tell you that creative change is needed on SmackDown Live, or changes in general need to be made, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Roman Reigns took to Twitter last night after he caught wind that Philadelphia's crowd was quiet during Battleground. Roman Reigns and the city of Philadelphia have a bit of history with one another. You probably remember the 2015 Royal Rumble. I don't think anybody wants to remember that. In Philly, where Reigns was booed out of the building after winning the match, even with The Rock giving him a fucking rub. The 2017 edition of Battleground took place in Philadelphia. The crowd certainly wasn't as loud as they were during the 2015 Royal Rumble. Yeah, what happened to those people? What happened to those people that shit all over the WWE product? You finally realize that the product sucks? Or are you still upset over the 2015 Royal Rumble outcome? And you just decided not to show up because 40% of you didn't show up. A fan tweeted Roman Reigns during the pay-per-view last night, saying that the show needed him. Reigns responded with a bit of a challenge for the Philly crowd when he returns. He says, "Told y'all I'm the big fight. Heard Philly was a little quiet tonight. better bring their best when we return. Hashtag Raw, hashtag My Yard. The 2018 Royal Rumble takes place in Philadelphia. And hopefully, when we get back to Philadelphia for the Rumble, they're a lot louder than what we seen last night. Because Philadelphia was a sheer embarrassment to all cities around the United States. No matter how bad the card was or not. If it was that bad, let them know! You pay money, you have an option to speak up. You did nothing. You sat on your hands and watched WWE give you garbage without regurgitating it back to them. Failure on your end, Philadelphia. I'm ashamed and disappointed in all of you. That's the news on Battleground. Not much. Not much at all. There's not any other news coming out of Battleground whatsoever. That was the latest on Great Khali. God awful. Please. For the love of God. At this point, I have zero faith in SummerSlam. I have no faith in SummerSlam whatsoever. This pay-per-view, looking back on it, still every bit of failure that it was last night. God awful. And if they're doing Great Khali versus Randy Orton, or Great Khali and Jinder Mahal versus Orton and Cena, that just by that alone tells you that SummerSlam is in the dumps already. In the dumps already. Mahal's got to get rid of the title. He is a failure as champion. The guy's a joke. The guy does not represent anything that is the WWE Championship. The WWE Championship should be on AJ Styles. Bray Wyatt, as far as I'm concerned, shouldn't have even been drafted to Raw. He should have still been the WWE Champion. I would take Randy Orton as a fucking champion right now. No matter how boring he would have ended up being. Better than Jinder Mahal. If it would have kept Great Khali off our fucking televisions, I think that would have been a fucking much positive outcome compared to what we got now. SummerSlam's looking to be a failure already. I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna shit all over this fucking garbage. Believe me. You thought Battleground was bad? You thought my rant on Battleground was anything? Wait till I see Great Khali in the fucking ring. Wait. It's funny how SmackDown has just fucking fallen from the heavens. The best WWE show that they were producing in 2016 into 2017. How the mighty have fallen. Land of opportunity. Now it's the land of fucking Punjab. And we got the Great Khali back on television in 2017. The worst fucking wrestler, coincidentally, the worst fucking wrestler on the face of God's green earth. Now in the biggest feud that SmackDown is presenting to its audience. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. Each one of them, SmackDown and the god-awful wrestling ability of the Great Khali and the failure that is Jinder Mahal, go well hand in hand. It ain't no fucking coincidence. They're mirror images of one another. That's the god-honest truth. I'm done. If I have any energy left, I'll get you an Off the Script Part 4. But right now, I'm so pissed off, I want nothing to do with the WWE. That's your fucking video. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Raw review will be happening tomorrow. Don't ask me, oh, JD, are you doing the Raw review tonight, man? No, not tonight. I'm taking a break. See you guys tomorrow. I'll see you later if I have any energy for an Off the Script extra with some more news and rumors. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you all for 80,000 subscribers. I'll see you later. Make it a great Monday. I'll talk to you guys later.